So our next presenter I'm very excited about this. You know Chuck Yeager was the test pilot. One of the reasons why he was so great was because he had this vision where, most people, normal is 20/20, he had 20/10, which means that he could see something at 20 feet but it would look like it was at 10 feet. His accuracy of vision was so great. And so Amy's story is about another kind of vision, and to me it's about a vision that stretches out over time. So check this out. She's well into an 18-year installation art project that has been happening since 1998. By 2016, she will have installed 9 solo biennial exhibits in the mills of 8 or 9 main towns, big mill spaces. She's known for cleaning and clearing by herself on her hands and knees. Okay? In 2005, the Maine Arts Commission awarded Amy the Individual Artist Fellowship for Visual Art. She cleans out these spaces. I mean, you have to imagine how bad and disused and abused these spaces are, and she cleans them out before she starts her project. And so each solo biennial is 22 months of work, and she is just beginning work on her 7th after her scheduled 2 months rest between. So please welcome Amy Stacy Curtis.
Okay. In 1998, I began an 18-year installation art project culminating through 9 solo biennial exhibits from 2000 to 2016. In the end, I will have installed 81 large in scope, interactive installations in the mills of 8 or 9 Maine towns. Every other year, I explore a different theme: experience, movement, change, sound, light, time, space, matter, and finally memory. In the end, I hope my exploration will have been thorough, the total of all 9 exhibits' imagery a cohesive whole. One of 9 installations at Experience, my first solo biennial in 2000 at Lewison's Bates Mill. For Channel 1, I collected 1,200 plotter paper cores from 20 Portland area architectural and engineering firms for over a year and a half. After stacking the tubes, audience viewed the installation from various distances and angles. The effect was a sphere of light, following and changing with each participant's perspective. Each biennial is a 22-month process, 6 months to devise 9 concepts, 15 months to complete them, including 2 months in which I clean and prepare a mill space averaging 25,000 square feet, and install the biennial open only 3 weeks. And after 22 months, I rest for 2 months. This is Channel 2, a second installation at Experience. One of 9 installations at Movement, my second solo biennial in 2002 at Westbrook's Old Sebago Shoe Mill. For Volition 1, I routed 4,624 holes into a 6-foot square of red oak. At the opening, I inserted 9 2-inch aluminum rods into 9 holes, choosing as randomly as possible. Participants were instructed to remove the 9 rods and to insert them into 9 holes, choosing as randomly as possible. I committed to this work to convey that no matter how fleeting our connection with anyone or anything, our connection impacts the whole. Following each biennial, my work exists only through documentation, dialogue, and memory. One of 9 installations at Change, my third solo biennial in 2004 at Brunswick's Fort Andros. This is Torsion, by the way, a second installation at Movement. One of 9 installations at Change, my third solo biennial in 2004 at Brunswick's Fort Andros. For Shift 1, I asked participants to bring a small personal possession with which they felt they could part forever. At the opening, I placed upon each pedestal a personal possession. Audience was asked to choose an object on one pedestal, replace that object with the one they brought, and to take home the object removed. Hundreds of objects were given and taken. Each installation has instructions, an integral part of the work. Some installations require participants' physical touch or effect, while others function through active perception. The audience impacts the work in specific, purposeful ways. This is Vicissitude, a second installation at Change. Audience wasn't allowed to touch this one. Those tubes aren't attached. One of 9 installations at Sound, my 4th solo biennial in 2006 at Waterville's Lockwood Mill. Pendulum 3 was 9 metronomes set at the same tempo, 144 beats per minute. I restarted the metronome simultaneously every time they stopped using a tool I built. Even though the metronomes were set at the same tempo and started at the same time, their collective rhythm continuously perceptively changed. I repeated this installation at 60 beats per minute at Time, my 6th biennial. As audience actively perpetuates this work, I hope participants come away taking more notice of their inner and outer expanse, the space they take up in the world, their proximity to everyone and everything. This is 2 participants with Labyrinth 4, a second installation at Sound. One of 9 installations at Light, my 5th solo biennial in 2008 at Sanford Mill. Modulation 1 was a 21-foot form comprised of 8,118 cans. Each can lined with a print, every 32nd of an inch, a stage of color. The production of this installation requiring 3 years. As you walked around the installation, the perceptive color of the entire form changed from red to orange to yellow to green to blue to violet to red in gentle, gradual stages. The mills I've cleaned and cleared have been aesthetically appropriate for my work, their surfaces, repeating beams, columns, and windows, while the repetitive pre-production process of installing and interaction has echoed the repetitive tasks of past mill workers. This is Undulation 2, a second installation at Light. One of 9 installations at Time, my 6th solo biennial in 2010, at Pepperell Mill in Biddeford. Flux 3 was 99 hourglasses on a 64-foot pedestal, 1 for each public hour of the exhibit. The hourglasses were inverted successively, one at the top of each hour, a continuous flow of sand. A second installation at Time for Undoing, I crocheted an hour every day for a year. At the opening, participants began undoing yarn from the 72-foot form. The piece was complete once undone, or the exhibit ended, whichever came first. Please visit my website and YouTube to see more documentation of my previous biennials. To receive notification for the last 3, please email me from my website or give me your card or email address before we leave. I know it's a lot of you. Hope you'll participate at Space, my 7th biennial, wherever it occurs. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, isn't that incredible? Okay. So she didn't mention this, but her work ethic and commitment to her art were challenged in 2008 when she threw her back out while she was in the process of cleaning one of the mills, and her family and friends and colleagues, they rescued her, and she was lying on a mattress in the middle of the floor, and so they returned her love and devotion by helping her get the space ready for the show. And so anyway, for Amy. So, yeah, there's just something remarkable about this kind of Zen quality about cleaning the space.